Hello, everyone. My name is Sravya. I'm 19 years old. I'm a undergraduate sophomore at UC Berkeley, and I'm studying anthropology. Anthropology is the study of the history of human society and of human culture, humans themselves. I'm also on a pre-medical track, so hopefully I am planning on going to medical school and eventually becoming a doctor. Outside of school, I grew up in Chicago and India, back and forth. So because of that, I love to travel. I also love to play music on my flute, cook, dance, play with my dogs, Captain the German Shepherd and Cutie the Shih Tzu. And I, most importantly, love to learn, and I love science. So my major is anthropology. But within anthropology, there are four main kind of subfields or subcategories. One being biological anthropology, so the study of the development or the evolution of Homo sapiens, our physical biological selves. There's cultural anthropology, which specifically studies culture, obviously, kind of interpersonal relationships in the past. There's linguistic anthropology, which focuses in on language, the development of language and the differences between languages. And then there's archaeology. So, archaeology is the subcategory that I'm engaged with right now, and it's the study of the objects that people have made, used, and then left behind. The goal of archaeology is to kind of understand what people of the past were like and how they lived. Essentially, archaeologists try to figure out how the people that came before us interacted with the world. So, as you can probably guess, finding out someone's way of life without, being able to talk to them, see them, or even live in the same time period as them, it's pretty difficult. Um, you can think of it as if you were a detective, but you couldn't interview anyone. You had no suspects. Um, and the crime happened thousands of years ago. Uh, and all you have left are the clues on, the crime scene. For archaeologists, the clues are artifacts. So these clues or artifacts can be anything really from, human and animal bones to pots and pans to, things that people made, like little toys, to even weapons like arrows and spearheads. Um, so, what archaeologists do with these artifacts is we look at where they are, their placement, in relation to each other. So, if pots and pans and plates are all in the same place, we can maybe assume that's a kitchen or a dining room. Um, we look at the characteristics of the items. So, let's say we found a knife and it was super dull. Maybe it's been used a lot. Or we found a pot and it was really had fingerprints all over it and it was really badly made. We can probably assume an expert didn't make that. So yeah, different characteristics like the materials it was made of, that kind of stuff. And we also look at the context of the artifact. Context can be temporal, time. So how deep was the artifact? So deeper in the earth, the older the artifact is, right? So, where did we find that and what time does that correspond with? Also, the spatial context of the item, like where in the world is it? So, all these different questions and answers can help archaeologists find the answers to different questions about broader questions about how earlier human societies functioned, how they lived their lives. Did they trade with each other? Did they, live in close neighborhoods? Did they only live with their families? What were marriage practices like? All of those stuff. So right now, I'm engaged in a community project, in a research project, with a community partner. And that's through my archaeology class that I'm taking right now. So if you've seen like Indiana Jones or any other kind of treasure hunter movie, you probably have some understanding of the internal kind of politics of archaeology, as well as most science fields. There are, unfortunately, a lot of people in power that feel that it's their right to take advantage of and blatantly steal really important things from communities that that they don't have that power, or communities that these people in power don't understand. So as you probably imagine, this happened extremely often to Native American tribes in California and across the country as well. My community partner, the person I'm working, or the people I'm working for and with, are the Mono Lake Kutsitika Paiute tribe. They are currently engaged in a series of legal battles with the government of California. Um, they're trying to get back the artifacts and the items of great cultural importance that were essentially stolen from them. Um, this process of museums categorizing and then giving back the items to their rightful owners is called repatriation. So the tribe is trying to repatriate the items. My job in the research project is to go through the Bancroft Library database. So the Bancroft Library on UC Berkeley campus has a large collection of artifacts relating to California native tribes. So my job is to kind of go through their databases and find everything that has to do with the Kutsitika tribe. And I'm compiling them and putting them all together in an easy to use kind of finding guide in order to hopefully help the Kutsitika tribe during their legal battles, make things go a little bit smoother. So anthropology and archaeology have a lot of applications outside just the specific field. There's a ton of skills and ways of thinking that anthropologists use that apply really heavily in other fields of study and other fields of work. For me specifically, as I mentioned, I am working towards becoming a medical doctor. In the field of medicine, critical thinking skills, problem solving, and passion for helping others are really important. And those are all things that we get in abundance in the field of anthropology. On top of that, medical schools are always looking for, unconventional undergrad majors, such as anthropology, and well-rounded students. So it's a bit of a benefit there as well in terms of actually getting into medical school. Well, it's technically a humanity, so it's not a STEM major, it's a humanity major. It has a lot of methodology involved. So it has a lot of technical methods and technical aspects of the study that make it very relatable to your hard sciences like biology, chemistry, physics. It offers a really great mix of scientific exploration and cultural study that I think is really unique to this field of anthropology and is very useful in future careers and future paths of study. So, to end off my presentation, I have a challenge question for you guys. Just something to think about on your own, maybe ask your parents about, have a good discussion with your friends. So, think about, look around you, look at the objects in your house, and think about, in 100, 200 years, if an archaeologist of the future, saw the items in your house, what would they think about you? What would they conclude about your daily rituals of how you lived your life, how you engage with other people? I think it's really interesting to kind of think about what the objects we use on a daily basis and that surround us say about how we live our lives. Yeah, so think about that, have some good discussions, and that's all from me. I can't wait to talk to you guys. really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.